Simeon Rice, number 10 overall, greatest Buccaneer of all time, and he was a monster. I personally think it's a guy that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. A guy that helped this Buccaneers defense so tremendously. Of course, you've got guys on that defense that are historically great, so it's such a deep defense that it's hard to kind of pick out those Hall of Famers. But to me, you look at his numbers, and I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame without a doubt.
That defense needed that guy on the edge, though. You know what I mean? They needed that guy on the edge, and he's such an interesting player to me, Simeon Rice, because from the outside looking in, right? Like growing up in the Northeast, I wasn't a Arizona Cardinals fan. I wasn't a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan when he got here. Like he was, the way that he spoke, he had a bravado to him that you just assumed he was like a diva type guy. But then everything you hear from ex-teammates, even guys like Ian Beckles and knows Simeon, like the guy just worked his ass off, and you could see it on the field.
I didn't play with Simeon, but I played against Simeon.
Yeah.
And I don't believe he was.
But you know him pretty well, right?
I've talked to him a few times. We're cool. I don't believe he's of this earth. Okay, but if you hear him speak, he's really celestial. You know what I mean? He says some outlandish stuff. But when I was in Philadelphia, Simeon was at Arizona, and Trey Thomas was our left tackle, and Trey Thomas was excellent.
Yeah.
And Simeon ate his lunch, and I was like, this guy is for real. And then when the Bucs picked him up, I was like, what a perfect piece. And when you think about the Buccaneers at that time, there was a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? Yep. Simeon Rice, and you got Warren Sapp, and the other end, whether it was Chidi Ahana or was Brad Culpepper would have 9 sacks in the middle. Then you have Rondé Barber coming off the edge. There's a lot of stuff to deal with. And Simeon, to me, was the perfect fit for this defense.
Over 120 sacks in your career. That's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, a lot of people would knock and say he didn't play the run, but I would trump by saying nobody ran the ball in the Buccaneers back then.